Welcome back in Tenerife Top Training. Can you introduce yourself?
Thank you. My name's Patrick Miley. I coach in Aberdeen in Scotland.
Okay. What's your training program here in Tenerife?
My training program here, I'm sharing the training with a group from the University of Edinburgh, but I coach at the University of Aberdeen, and I have Hannah Miley here training with me with another athlete from the Commonwealth Games selected team from the Scottish team.
The objective for Hannah Miley, I think it's obviously Tokyo, but do you think that your daughter can bring a medal to Great Britain, maybe in the medley in Tokyo?
That's a good question. Obviously it's impossible to say this far out from the Olympics what other athletes will appear, what other people will be in contention for medals, but the intention is to keep working, to keep improving. This season she's already made best times in 200 fly, so I'm confident that she can continue to progress and be competitive at the highest level.
Your daughter said to us the last time you came that you use different methods of trainings. How do you define your coaching style?
I think it's really important to vary the input from myself as coach and from the communication with the swimmer. So I enjoy working on differences. Technique is 100% the focus on pretty much everything we do. As an athlete gets older, they get challenged in lots of different ways. I think my style is individual and tailored to each individual athlete that I work with. But the focus is most definitely on the 200 and the 400 medley as a priority event for me.
You're now working at the University of Aberdeen with the best Scottish swimmers. How do you feel about that?
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've got a wide variety of different athletes doing different events. Tom Bealey on the 200 fly, Ola Adams in the 400 medley along with Hannah. I've got some younger swimmers coming through on the medley, the fly, and a couple of freestylers I'm particularly excited about. A young boy from England called Harry Stacey and Fraser Agnew from Scotland. So I'm excited about the group. There's a lot of difference in the group. We're developing the program, and it's a fantastic facility. It just doesn't quite have the weather that you have here in Tenerife.
It's your 7th time here. Why did you choose to come here again?
The first time I heard about Top Training T3 here in Tenerife was at the European Juniors in 2005. I was on the coaching staff for the British team, and the handouts were being given out about this facility being built. So I had a look into it and I thought, I can't think of a position geographically to get the right weather on the right side of the island that would be advantageous in January and February, and it's such an important time to get some quality training done in good weather. So that's the priority reason. The Flume that you have here as well is outstanding. It's a great tool to be able to analyse and look at swimmers in great detail. The staff, everybody, everything about the place is tremendous. I almost don't want to talk about it because when I come and there is a little bit of space, it's very valuable. But it's world class. It really is world class.
Tell me about the Flume. What kind of trainings? How often do you use it?
Specific how would you do it?
Specific, okay.
Yeah, specific.
The primary use for the Flume for me is just to test the technical efficiency. So we tend to set swimming velocities I'm very carefully calculating, and then having a look at the effect of the technique at those changing velocities for each stroke for the medley swimmers. Also, I find it useful to work on some key sets where I hold pace with stroke counts. So I developed a product, the Aquapacer, so we put an Aquapacer on to control their rate. We give them duration set as well in programming, and then the combination of that with the Flume gives me a huge amount of parameters that I can control. When we then add lactate testing and other physiological parameters, it's just an immensely useful tool that creates an environment where I can make no mistakes with the evaluations of assessment that I'm doing with each swimmer. So it's a tremendous tool. Just wish there was one everywhere.